So this is our first documentary review. We've never really reviewed a documentary.
No, it's the first time.
First time.
But I think it's so interesting that we have to review it.
We have to review it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm recording. Okay. So, just checking. Sometimes I forget.
I know.
So anyway, we're reviewing the Fyre Festival. Had you heard about this festival before the Netflix documentary?
No,
I've
I did
heard
not.
about it a little bit, but I didn't know too much about it.
No.
And we watched it, and I remember watching it and seeing your face while we were watching it. And you were like, is this for real? I wasn't sure if you liked it at first. I was like, I'm not sure if she's really into it. But you were like, this is pretty interesting, right?
Yeah, I mean, from the beginning, it was very different. It's something crazy, you know? But at the beginning, I was like, okay, this is leading to something crazy. Let's watch this.
So if people don't know about the Fyre Festival, it actually happened a couple of years back. This one guy, William McFarland, he organized this festival in the Bahamas. He was trying to organize this festival in the Bahamas.
Yes.
And he was saying that he bought this island that was owned by Pablo Escobar. And he promoted it heavily on Instagram with social media influencers. He would pay them crazy amount of money. Like Kylie Jenner, he paid her $250,000 for one Instagram post of this orange box saying, sign up to the Fyre Festival. He went and he shot all this footage of these models and boats and everything, promoting the event and saying that you could buy a cabana for the event. You could buy a private suite.
He was also doing it with a rapper, right?
With the rapper Ja Rule, he was also involved. So it kind of looked legit. And everybody thought this guy had tons of money. And then, he was selling this stuff without having anything ready whatsoever. Like this island was bare bones. No housing, no electricity,
no water,
no plumbing.
No nothing. Absolutely nothing. And he sold this package that include a whole music festival with famous artists. Kind of like that Miami festival that always happens every year in March.
Yeah.
I've never been to, but I know it's crazy. And people go there all the time. And especially like young people. And they like, house music type of thing. And he promoted this and he sold these like crazy tickets without having anything set.
Nothing was ready. Nothing, but people bought into it because of the ways he advertised it on Instagram. There was really nothing behind it that was ready to go. He just had like footage of the islands, Bahamas, and this stuff.
Luxury stuff, boats, jets, beautiful water, all these models drinking, eating, That was like the festival. Okay, that was like the luxury, high-end festival that he was promoting and he was selling. But he had nothing for...
But none of it really existed.
No.
Which was super interesting. And, I feel bad for the people that got... Because people paid a lot of money for this.
A lot.
Some people paid up to $10,000 for these tickets, for these suites, for these special packages that they were supposed to have. There was supposed to be all this artists that were going to come down, like Blink 182. And he had this lineup of artists that were supposed to perform. But when people started digging into it and looking into it, none of these artists had actually agreed to be part of the festival.
Let me tell you, it is so much to talk about this. And if you guys haven't seen it, I recommend you go see it. It's really crazy, interesting.
Crazy.
Like,
it's crazy.
We couldn't stop talking about it after we saw it, right?
Because I couldn't believe it actually happened. Like, I can't believe this is real life, that something like this actually went down.
Right. This guy, Billy, they call him Billy. He was so passionate about it, so everybody really believed him. He was so good at making people believe that he can do this.
Right.
So even though there's so many people involved in this thing, in this whole documentary. But even though people knew that was wrong, that was not going to happen, that was impossible, that this was all a made-up story about this guy, a made-up festival that would never happen, they still went with it because he was so, good at showing that he was going to get it done.
Right.
You know?
He was the ultimate BS artist. Like, there's some people that are just BS artists that just talk a lot of crap, but this guy was like the king of BS artists. And number one, he was scamming and lying to everybody.
And
number two, he was highly delusional. I think a part of him knew he was scamming people, but also another part of him actually thought that he was going to be able to make this happen.
Yeah.
Even though it was a complete disaster. And like throughout, when you're watching this, the anxiety, you just start to get like this anxiety, like, oh my God, this is going to be a disaster. There's going to be hundreds of people coming down to this island. They're going to be stranded. There's nothing ready. And it's just going to be chaos. You get this feeling. And when it actually goes down and there's footage of these people in this island, it feels like you're watching this make-believe story, but it's not.
Like Survivor.
It's like a real Survivor.
Yeah.
It was super interesting. Super interesting. I'm not going to give a lot of it away, but we're just reviewing it, and I highly recommend you go check out this documentary, Fyre Festival on Netflix.
And not only it's good to watch it just because it's crazy to watch it and it's something like you're going to be like, oh my God, this really happened, but also it's good to know that you can't believe everything you see on social media. You can't go by it. In these days that we live on, we're so attached to social media. We so want to be them, want to be this person, that want to be this model, that want to follow, that want to have the same stuff that these famous people have, or want to do the same thing that these famous people are doing. Not everything is true, and not everything is good, and this is a perfect example because he got all these famous people to promote it and to be the brand face of it, of this Fyre Festival. People pay crazy money, and who knows if they ever got their money back.
None of those people ever got their money back.
Probably not. Nope. And the things that they went through, and I just felt bad. And there is one person in this documentary that this man was almost about to do the most craziest, disgusting thing ever, because this guy was just so manipulative, right? Right? And anyway, it's just mind blowing. It really is like what? Like mind blowing. So really see it. Go
check it out. And I'm telling you, I think a couple of years from now, maybe 10 years from now, this story is so unbelievable that I wouldn't be surprised if Hollywood actually makes a movie.
Yeah.
Like with actors.
You said that, and I think that you're right.
Because it's so unbelievable that I would actually love to see a dramatization of this story. I think it would be amazing. And like you said, it really is kind of like a metaphor for social media in which people show the best of themselves and the fancy life that they really live. But behind the scenes, a lot of times it's a mess.
It's a mess.
And that's what exactly this company was. They were showing these pictures of Bahamas and everything, but behind the scenes, it was a total nightmare disaster. And I just found it to be super interesting.
Well, I'm sorry, but not only that, this guy lived a fake life. A fake life, and made all these people believe that he was a multi-billionaire or whatever it was, and he was getting all these people to invest on this company. He was fake, completely fake, a huge fraud, and and I just think that is crazy, and that happens. I'm sure this is not the only time, or the first time, or the only time it's gonna happen. I'm sure it's gonna keep happening because people just fall for it.
They fall for it, and there's a lot of scammers out there, so you can't believe everything that everybody says, and you just gotta be smart. You gotta be smart with your money too. Anyway, guys, I hope you like this video. Check out Fyre Festival. If you watch the documentary, leave us a comment.
On Netflix.
On Netflix, that's right. They also have one on Hulu that I heard is really good.
Oh,
like a different version of it where the guy's actually in it. Yeah, so I want to check that one out as well. So guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Bye, guys.